Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is CJUFCPIcks along with my co-host Gibbs. We're back at it with another one. We're back at it with the smoke sesh. So make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video and comment on the video who your picks are, who your bets are, your underdog, and your lock of the week. Make sure to comment on the video. And also make sure to subscribe. Tonight, we're back and we're going to do a breakdown for UFC Fight Night. It's going to be Nicolau versus Perez. That's going to be a short notice fight because it was supposed to be Nicolau versus Cop. What do you think about this card, bro?
Yeah, this card's a little dry. You got a lot of debutantes. Got a couple of women fights on this card. It should be decent, though.
It's going to be a decent card. I mean, at least we get fights. There was a week break, so I'm ready for some fights again, bro. But it was a nice little week break because I think it was like, 13 or 14 weeks straight that we were doing this.
Yeah. Nah, man, that's the break for the content creators.
But we're back at it, and now we're going to do this card, UFC Fight Night, Nicolau versus Perez. But first, we're going to do a real quick recap of UFC 300, which happened 2 weeks ago. What an amazing card. A lot of good finishes. And I did great on that card. I went 10 out of 13. 10 picks correct. I only got 3 wrong on the whole card, bro.
Yeah, I went 8-5 for the card. I took a couple dog shots and it kind of bit me. So I actually on my show, on your show, I had Jamal Hill. On my show, I went back and switched for Alex Maheshate just because I went back and watched a little bit of tape and that lazy lead hand, I knew it was going to get him in trouble. So I had to switch that one.
And I'm glad you did, bro. I woke you up. That's all I'm saying. Just joking, bro. But yeah, let's do a recap real quick on what happened. Hold on real quick. Make sure the light went up. Make sure to join us for the smoke sesh, ladies and gentlemen. And there it is, folks. I got the first pick correct. Figueiredo over Cody Garbrandt. I thought he was going to knock him out, but he got a submission. Did you get that fight correct, or what's going on with that fight for you?
Yeah, I had the same method, but I had Figueiredo money line, so pay me.
What I'm talking about. Then we got Bobby Green going over Jim Miller. I got the outcome and the pick correct. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, man, we kind of had a feeling Jim Miller wasn't going to get it done, man. That output was too much for Jim Miller.
Next fight, guys. Andrade going over Marina Rodriguez. I called that one as well. How about you, bro?
Yeah, I took the dog shot on Marina Rodriguez, $25 down the drain.
Not bad, not bad. Man, this one surprised me. And I kind of had it too, bro. I think I called it in that breakdown, and I switched my pick. Renato Moicano going over Jalen Turner by knockout, bro. And Jalen Turner almost had that bad IQ on his part by just walking away.
Yeah, man. Jalen Turner's he's 14-8, and he's not 14-8 for no reason, man. Bad cardio and bad IQ.
Next fight, got the pick correct, got the outcome correct, and I couldn't believe his line. I think he was like a minus 160 when I got him, something like that, minus 130. Diego Lopez going over Sadiq Youssef. I think this dude is going to be a future champion.
Yeah, bro, couldn't believe the line. I couldn't believe the fight played out like this. No bullshit. My stream fucked up, and I had to go back and watch the fight. So Diego Lopez had an amazing fight.
Next fight, guys. I mean, I took the dog shot. Why not? Because Holly Hope is a UFC veteran, and Kayla Harris had never been to the UFC. But we all know she's a monster now, bro, and she submitted her. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, you just said it perfectly. Kayla Harrison's a problem.
Next fight, guys, that on UFC 300. I knew this is my lock of the card. I knew this was going to happen, but I had him by submission. Aljamain Sterling completely dominating Calvin Kattar in a decision victory.
Yeah, I just had the Aljo money line, but as a fan, this fight was terrible.
Next fight, Prochazka going over Alexander Rakic. Told you about that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bullshit you. After Dana said 300K bonuses, Yuri Prochazka, I slid to the Yuri Prochazka side, the more volatile fighter.
This was an easy pick right here. Dickel going over Cody Budridge, but the fight went longer than expected.
I was gonna say that if I told you this fight was gonna hit round 2, you told me, yeah, no, that's cap. So yeah, that was kind of crazy.
And I kind of think Bo Nickel also a little bit of a exposed, just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Is it his grappling? Is his grappling you think is overrated? Just real quick.
His finishing ability.
Okay.
I took another dog shot here, but Armor Sarukian's a problem, bro, and he beat Charles Oliveira, but that was a close fight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Them Dagestanian fighters, them Russian guys, man, they know how to beat Charles Oliveira. More heart.
Dog of the card, I told you. Let's go. Holloway knocking out Justin Gaethje. He almost got the decision victory, but at the last second, bro, he just knocked him out because they stood in the middle of the fucking ring, and that was a classic war.
That was fight of the decade for sure. That was crazy.
Weili Zhang going over Shao Nan Yan. Told you about that too, but that was also a close fight.
I appreciate you saying that because if you had a Weili ticket in your pocket, man, I would have been terrified. I didn't bet this fight, but I was happy the way that it looked. What were you gonna say?
She was a minus 500, and she didn't look like that in that fight.
No, she got chin problems.
And then this was the call of the year. I told you all that Alex Pereira. You can go back and look at my breakdown video for UFC 300. Alex Pereira was going to knock out Jamal Hill, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he definitely knocked him out. Like I said, went back and had to switch the pick, and I had Alex Pereira 1, 2, and 3 won me $500 the end of my night, and that was an amazing day for me.
So that was the recap for UFC 300. I went 10 out of 13 correct, which was an excellent night. And now we move on to UFC Fight Night. Nicolau versus Perez. Let's go over that card right now. Give me one moment. All right, guys, here it is. UFC Fight Night Vegas. Nicolau versus Perez. 12 fights on the card. And let's start with the first fight of the night. Scheduled in the men's lightweight division, we got Maheshate. Sorry, I got hiccups. Maheshate versus Gabriel Benítez. Maheshate 9-3, and then we got Gabriel Benítez 23-11. One can say that Gabriel Benítez has more experience and has been in the UFC longer, but he's a wishy-washy fighter and he's not trustworthy. But Maheshate 2-fight losing streak, but I'm going with him in this fight. I don't trust Gabriel Benítez. He's a little bit older now. He does have that Mexican fighting spirit, but I just don't see him winning this fight. I'm not betting this fight though. I might stay away completely. Not no props, not no money line. Just enjoy it as a fan. But for a picking perspective, I'm going Maheshate and probably gets it done by decision. What do you think about this fight?
Yeah, so I think this fight is extremely sketchy. Yeah, like you said, you got Maheshate, the favorite here. This is the first time he's been a favorite. You got Gabriel Benavidez coming in at plus 180. He's 3-5 as an underdog. And I just feel like in this fight, I feel like Maheshate is going to crack him and then probably put him out. We've seen Gabriel Benavidez, he doesn't do good with pressure. And a guy who doesn't have hands like even Charlie Ontivera has cracked him. This guy doesn't get knocked out cold, but he gets cracked and he gets beat up. So I just think the miles on Benavidez are gonna, come to fruition here, and Maheshate is gonna get a finish. So I'm going Maheshate, not betting it, but I think he's gonna get it done here. We're gonna slide to the next one, where we got Ivana Petrović versus Liang. And to be honest with you, this is one of your more entertaining women fights in the flyweight division. You got Ivana Petrović 6-1, Liang coming in 19-7, one of the most padded records you'll see. Big favorite coming in today for Petrović. She's a minus 530 favorite. She's 0-1 as a favorite. Liang, big underdog. She always underdog. Plus 360, 0-3 as a dog. Liang, man, she looked pretty good versus JJ Aldridge in the last one. She almost got her out of there, but for the pattern in all her fights, she ran out of juice. She got clipped by Savannah Gomez Juarez. That was pretty bad. And then getting grounded pounded by Ariane Carlosi is not good, man. There is a world where Liang can get Petrović to the ground because Petrović couldn't get Luana Carolina, a woman I'm pretty high on. I picked a dog in that one too. So go ahead and give me Ivana Petrović by TKO because Liang doesn't have more than 10 minutes worth of cardio. Really 5 minutes of finishing cardio, 10 minutes of fight cardio. She's not going 15 minutes. I'm going Petrović by ground and pound TKO. What you got?
I'm on the same boat as you, bro. And honestly, I don't think Liang is UFC caliber. And she's going to lose this fight and probably going to get cut from the UFC because 3 losses in a row is not a good look. And this might be her 4th straight loss. So if I was UFC, I would probably release her because she's been losing this whole time. And Ivana Petrović is probably going to win this fight, like you said, by TKO. So that's my pick as well. Let's go on up to the next fight. In another women's fight, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for the women's strawweight division, we got Ketlen Souza versus Marnic Mann. Ketlen Souza 13-4, Marnic Mann 6-2. Ketlen Souza lost her last fight, and so did Marnic Mann. But I don't, like I said with Liang, I don't think Marnic Mann is UFC caliber. I think she's a little bit slow and a little bit too robotic for me. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope that makes sense to people. Ketlen Souza, she's all right. I mean, she's got okay striking, okay grappling, and she is Brazilian, so she's got that good jiu-jitsu. So I think Ketlen Souza gets this done. She's got more experience. She's fought the type of competition. And I think she's going to win this fight, probably by submission or a decision. Who you got, bro?
Yeah, so I absolutely have Ketlen Souza in this fight as well. Like you just alluded to, man, Marnic Mann, she's not UFC caliber. In fact, she was only brought here because of a late replacement. They had to get that one chick, Kanetsku. I forgot her name, Josiane. But I just feel like Marnic Mann, like you just said, man, she's just too slow. She just doesn't do anything. She doesn't do much. She waits for her opponent to dictate the fight, and she's just a terrible minute winner. There's no way I could put a single dollar on Marnic Mann, but she's good at not getting finished. She has 2 losses on her career. The first time she lost, she got head kicked. It was the same technique. It was the right cross to head kick, like Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. So she can't be knocked out, and that's for sure. But I just feel like Marnic Mann's probably gonna hold on, cling on to dear life, and I think Ketlen Souza is gonna win a decision here. So I'm going Ketlen Souza by decision. So I'm gonna slide over to the next one, which we have Don'Tale Mayes versus Caio Machado, and it's gonna be a good one. This line has crashed. Don'Tale Mayes was like last week. Don'Tale Mayes was a -174 favorite, -174 favorite, and Machado was a +154. I got him at +134, and I'm rolling with the new favorite here, man. You can find him at -115 currently. And Don'Tale Mayes on my book is -108. So and the reason why this line flipped like this is because Don'Tale Mayes has to be one of the most dumb fighters in the UFC. Look at his picture. That his picture explains, his thought process in there. I hate Don'Tale Mayes, man. I can't wait until this guy's out of the UFC. He knocked out the corpse of Andre Arlovski. Congratulations. You had to do that. This dude Don'Tale Mayes is terrible. And I think Machado, at least Machado, I can watch his fights and be like, okay, I see what he's trying to do. He wants to get his hands going, and then he wants to put you up against the clinch, get the clinch going. And he wants to take you down and beat you up. That's Bigfoot. But, Don'Tale Mayes, he's just looking for the big, meaty right hand. And I told myself in 2024, I'm staying away from the guy who's looking for the big shot. I'm done with it. I went in picked Justin Tafa over Carl Williams. That burnt me. I'm like, you don't take the guy looking for the big shot. Just straight up. Give me Machado. I got him at plus 134. CJ, what you got for me, dog?
Caio Machado, Bigfoot is going to win this fight. And I don't care if he's a favorite anymore. He's my dog of the card this week, guys. I got him my dog number, so that counts. He's my dog of the card. I think he's going to come out on top. Not sure how he's going to do it, submission, knockout, or decision, but he's going to win this fight. Like my dude said, Dontel Mays is an idiot. He makes mistakes. He's slow. He's sloppy. He does have knockout power, I'm not going to lie. He's got some okay wrestling. He's got some skills, but Machado, I think, is just 10 times better everywhere this fight goes. And Dontel Mays' cardio is trash. So give me Caio Machado to win this fight. All right, guys, let's move on up to the next fight. This is going to be a banger on the prelims. Scheduled in the men's lightweight division, we got Austen Hubbard versus Michael Figlak. Austen Hubbard 15-7. Michael Figlak 8-1. I think somebody's going to get slept in this fight. I don't think this fight is going the distance, in my opinion. Both guys go at it. Both guys are scrappy, and both guys are very tough. Austen Hubbard losing his last fight. He lost to Kurt Holloway, and Michael Figlak losing his last fight to Perez. But I like Michael Figlak. I think he's better than Austen Hubbard. I think he's going to be quicker, faster, stronger, and better cardio. Austen Hubbard, he is sneaky in there, man. He can put your lights out as well. But I just like Michael Figlak, man. I think he's got the more upside in this fight. And yeah, that's my pick. Who you going for, bro?
Yeah, man. I think this fight's pretty good, but I gotta go Michal Figlak as well. This dude Figlak, man, he lost his O to Fares Ziam. And I went back and watched that fight, and I think it was the footwork. You know, Figlak has good footwork as well. But you know, when you're talking about a kickboxer, it's just different levels in kickboxing footwork. So he was having issues tracking Ziam down, and you know, that's no problem because Ziam would probably get spinning heel kicked and knocked out by Ziam. So I'm not going to hold that against him. Austen Thud Hubbard, you know, when I first, like, you know, started getting into the UFC, this is a guy that I liked. I liked his grit. I remember he had made that one guy quit. I went back and watched that one versus Max Rocknikov, I think his last name is. But I just feel like Austen Hubbard lost his grit. I went back and watched his Ultimate Fighter fights, and he just, you know, he slid past Roberts, Roosevelt Roberts. I think I said his name backwards. But long story short, I'm going Figlak. Figlak's gonna beat this dude up. I like Austen Hubbard, but you're getting beat up, and I'm probably gonna go decision or TKO. I don't see a submission happening in this fight. I'm gonna slide to the next one, where we got probably the most interesting fight of the night, and it's Rani Yahya versus Victor Henry. And to be honest with y'all, I got a little bit of a hot take here. Rani Yahya, he's oh shoot, hold on, wrong screen. Rani Yahya, this dude's pretty old. He's 39 years old. To Victor Henry's 36. 5'6" for Rani Yahya, 5'7" for Victor Henry, and they're both have a 68-inch reach. Victor Henry, the big favorite here, man. This dude's minus 670 favorite, and I update all my lines. I write all my lines down so I can have them in front of me. And this is the one line that has not moved in 2 weeks. It's been at minus 670 for 2 weeks on FanDuel Sportsbook. Rani Yahya, 7-2 is an underdog. I know, you know, Rani Yahya has one of the most UFC padded records, you know, but, you know, he has a lot of canceled bouts where he was supposed to fight Aljamain Sterling, was supposed to fight Tim Means, and was supposed to fight DP, Dustin Poirier. So, you know, and DP pulled out, and then Tim Means pulled out. He pulled out of the Aljamain Sterling fight, so I'll give him that. I think that Victor Henry is too wide here, man. This guy, Victor Henry, he got controlled and he got beat up on the feet by Rafael Assunção, the corpse of Rafael Assunção. How can you tell me that was going to happen? This guy, he's 0-1 as a favorite, so automatically you can't lay chalk on this guy. You can only play him as a dog. I'm going Dude, I'm going Victor Henry, but I will have a Rani Yahya decision or submission ticket in my pocket because this line's too wide. And we've seen this style in Rani Yahya beat Victor Henry 3 times. So I don't know. What do you got for me? I'm going Victor Henry.
I think this fight is going to be closer than the number says. I agree with you. This line is too wide because Victor Henry should not be a minus 670 against anyone in the UFC. To be honest, Rani Yahya, he's not that great. I'm not gonna lie, but Victor Henry isn't that great either. They're both okay. They're both pretty mid in my opinion. Rani Yahya though, he looked terrible in his last fight. I'm not gonna lie. He lost to Montel Jackson, got knocked out. Victor Henry, no contest against Javid Bashra, but he got a low blow there. That looked pretty painful compared like his face look. He was about to throw up, or yeah, he threw up. They said right. So yeah, he went to a split decision with Tony Gravely. That was questionable. Lost to Rafael Assunção, like you mentioned. Rafael Assunção is like what 41 years old. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm picking Victor Henry as well. Not sure how he gets it done. Maybe by decision, close decision. Could be a split decision. These judges nowadays, bro, they love to split. So I'm going Victor Henry be a split decision. All right, next fight. This fight is going to be a war. This fight is not going the distance, in my opinion. Scheduled in the men's welterweight division, we got Tim Means versus Uros Medic. Tim Means, he is 33-15. Uros Medic, he is 9-2. Tim Means been in the UFC forever. He's 40 years old. He's a plus 195 underdog. Uros Medic minus 235 favorite. Tim Means has fought everyone that you can think of in the welterweight division for the UFC. Uros Medic, he's been in the UFC for like a year, maybe 2. And he lost his last fight to Mektabik or Orlabai. And we all know Mektabik is a problem, and he's on this card. But before that, he had a 2-fight winning streak, knocking out Matthew Semmelsberger and knocking out Omar Morales. And Uros Medic is my lock of the card for this fight. I think he's going to knock out Tim Means in this fight because we know that Uros Medic likes to get in the pocket and just throw heavy hands, bro. And Tim Means is one of those guys that's not gonna back down. He's gonna accept that challenge and be in there with him. And if Uros Medic connects to that chin, Tim Means is going 9-9. Give me Uros Medic by knockout. My lock. Who you got in this fight?
Yeah, man. This is a fight where Uros Medic and Tim Means, they're going to be playing chess. And I'm a chess player, so I know I admire the game of chess. Uros Medic, I just feel like he's gonna be the better chess player, man. He has the slicker hands. He has better, more active hands. Tim Means, I would say Tim Means has the more grit. If we're gonna keep it a buck, Tim Means has more grit than Uros Medic. And if there's a world where Tim Means could come in here and make this fight scrappy, dirty, and disgusting, and I could see Tim Means winning that type of fight because Fialho, you know, he didn't do good in that type of fight. He got knocked out in the 3rd round. Thank you,
Fialho gets knocked out by everyone, bro.
That's true. That's very true. That's very true. I'm picking Uros Medic in this fight. I know there is a world where Tim Means wins, man. Because Tim Means, man, he's not as.
His chin is dusted, bro. He's done.
I think you're right. I think you're right, man. But you know, I gotta let the people know. You know, there is a world. Your lock's gonna hit. It's gonna be a green check mark at the end of the night. But you know, Uros Medic, he's gonna get it done. He's gonna get it done. It's the slick hands is what I'm favoring. And that he has the youth on his side. Mitabet Orbai, that guy is a problem. He would neck crank anybody in that welterweight division. So yeah, I won't hold that against him either. So we'll slide on to the next one. Uros Medic by TKO. Jonathan Pearce versus David Onama, and this was probably the last fight that I had even you know, looked at it and checked out stats and watched tape on because I didn't even know it was on the card. We got Jonathan Pearce coming in, 31 years old. David Onama, 29 years old. 6 foot for Jonathan Pearce, tall, lanky guy. You would think that Onama would have been a taller guy, but 5'11" for David Onama. because the reason why I say that is because David Onama has a 3-inch reach advantage, and that's going to pay dividends here, man. This guy Jonathan Pearce, man, he's a good he's a good mixed martial artist. Excuse me, he's a good mixed martial artist. He grapples and he strikes, but I don't really like the grappling on Jonathan Pearce, man. When these long, lanky guys be grappling, they're just too long, and I feel like they put themselves in danger whenever they try to grapple, especially Jonathan Pearce, because if you guys remember in his last fight versus Joe Anderson Brito, he just put himself in a bad spot. Like, he was giving his neck up and he got choked the fuck out. And I think David Onama, man, this dude's a problem, man. I bet David Onama versus Gabriel Santos. And that was crazy. I ain't gonna bullshit y'all. I was scared. My ass was clenched that whole time. I did not think he was gonna not get. I didn't think he was gonna do that to bro. Uppercutted him and then ground and pound. I was waiting for the ref to stop it. The ref wouldn't stop it. I was like, come on. But long story short, give me the motherfucking dog, man. Give me David fucking Nama, the silent assassin. That's the new silent assassin. Because that was the formerly Vicente Luque. He's not an assassin no more. He needs to retire. I love Vicente, but the new silent assassin, David Onama, is gonna find a big shot on Jonathan Pearce. Then he's gonna start panic wrestling, and then David Onama is gonna find some more big shots on the ground, and I'm gonna cash another ticket on David Onama as a dog. What you got for me, CJ?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, bro. I think Jonathan Pearce is gonna wrestle him, and we're gonna see a boring decision victory by Jonathan Pearce. I gotta agree though, David Onama, he is dangerous. He's got heavy hands. He's got knockout power. So if they get into a scrap, if they get into a brawl, Pearce can get knocked out. But I gotta go with Pearce, bro. I like him. Brito's on another level. I think Brito can also beat David Onama if they fought together. So give me Pearce. I think he's gonna bounce back from that loss and win this fight by decision. No bets though. No bets. I'm scared to bet this fight.
It's the reason you're scared, buddy.
Next fight, guys, scheduled in the men's heavyweight division. We got Jhonata Diniz versus Austen Lane. Jhonata Diniz, undefeated at 6-0. I believe this is his UFC debut against the former football player Austen Lane. He got knocked out in his last fight against Justin Tafa. And I think he's going to get knocked out in this fight against Jhonata Diniz. I don't think Austen Lane is all that great, bro. I think he's just hyped up because he comes from the NFL. Plus 200 underdog. I don't blame anyone for betting that because Jhonata Diniz is going to be debuting, and we don't know much about him. He's only had 6 professional fights compared to Austen Lane. He's already been in the UFC. He's already had a couple fights in the UFC, and he does have knockout power as well. But he's almost 37 years old. He's not going anywhere in the UFC, man. And this guy's coming from Brazil. He's number 12 heavyweight in Brazil, which can say something because a lot of good fighters come from that country. So that's one of the reasons I'm picking him. And I've seen a couple of his fights, so I like his fighting style, and I think he's going to get it done. Who you got in this fight, bro?
Bro, I ain't gonna bullshit you. You said you wouldn't blame anybody taking a dog shot on Austen Lane, right? Give me the dog, man. Give me that dog, man. No cap. I went back and watched Jhonata Diniz's career, man. Not impressed at all. At all. So when I watch tape, I'm looking for things to like. I'm gonna tell you, if when you watch tape, you're supposed to be looking for things to critique. And this guy Diniz gives me too many things to critique. And let me tell you what I've seen: slow, sloppy footwork. He gives up the first 2 minutes. He's slow. He just plots forward. All he does is track you down. He just wants to follow you. Austen Lane's gonna be speed kills, man. Austen Lane's gonna be the faster fighter here. Lane, you know, he's fought the tougher guys. Like, what would Tafa do to Diniz? Diniz is too slow for Tafa. Tafa would clip him in the first round and put him out. Tafa clipped Carl Williams. I couldn't find one time Carl Williams was clipped prior to that. So, I mean, Tafa would knock this dude out. He's green, man. He's 6-0. I'm just not impressed with him. I'm not really impressed with Austen Lane either. I will say he's fast, and I think that it's going to be the speed. He has the better cardio here, and that's going to pay dividends. After the first round, Diniz, man, you ain't gonna want a ticket. You ain't gonna want to bet this guy. He's making his UFC. Yeah, he's making his UFC debut. I just and then I'm not really much of the UFC Dana White Contender Series fade. But last year, that was profitable for people. The Dana White Contender Series fade. This is a perfect moment. Minus 260. Anybody land 260 on Diniz is crazy. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going Austen Lane by fucking knockout. Next up, we have Karine Silva versus Ariane Lipski. And yeah, man, 3 dogs in a row, man. Go ahead and give me Karine Silva. She's a favorite now. On this screen, it says plus 118. That is not the case, big boy. She is a minus 146 now, and she opened as a plus. She did open as a plus 122 favorite. I got her at plus 112. I didn't get her at plus 122. I got her at plus 112, and then the next day minus 108. The next day 118.
I got her minus 106, bro. Minus 106 at Karine Silva. Sorry to cut you off, bro, but I was like, I gotta get on that because I see the line moving quickly, bro.
You're good. I'm about to show finishing line movement. The next day it was minus 120, then minus 130, and then Saturday it was minus 140, and then today, as we speak, is minus 146. So
how do you keep track of the lines, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so what I do is I go on FanDuel and then I look at the lines, and then every day what I do is if I have my phone on the prop, I would show you every day. I just go and track it. So that it really helps me with the bets. And yeah, man, the line really crashed on Max Holloway. So before they even got in there, I'm like, CJ's on to something. Plus yeah, so no, man, line movement's for real, and that's definitely how I look at things. And Karine Silva here, man, she's the more dangerous fighter. Ariane Lipski, she did just go ahead and knock Casey O'Neill out.
This is gonna be a finish fight, bro.
Someone's getting fucking finished. Someone's getting for surely finished, and I'm banking on Karine Silva. I'm gonna go ahead and see what you have to say, but I'm going Karine Silva, brother.
You had everything you had to say. You stole everything I had to say, bro. I think Karine Silva is gonna be a future champion someday. She's been looking great. She's big for this division. She's a pretty big girl, man. I mean, I like Ariane Lipski. She's been on a really good tear lately. 3-fight winning streak, really impressive. Winning the last last 5 fights. You can't really sleep on her, but Karine Silva's on another level, bro. This is gonna be a really good fight with 2 Brazilian females going at it. Karine Silva, bro, future champion in my opinion, and I think he's gonna get it done inside the distance for sure.
I feel that. And one thing I want to say, you guys have to remember, this chick Ariane Lipski, she was just a gatekeeper. She was just a chick that was almost out of the UFC. So just keep that in mind.
Co-main event, ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for the men's lightweight division. We got Ryan Spann versus Bogdan Guskov. Here's another fight that's not going the distance. I can guarantee that one. Ryan Spann, 21-9. Bogdan Guskov, 15-3. Bogdan Guskov, he's only been in the UFC for like less than a year. Ryan Spann been in the UFC for quite a while now, but he's lost the last 3 out of his 5 fights. Not a good look. He's coming in at minus 175 favorite. Bogdan Guskov coming in at plus 145 underdog. The only bet that I'm going to make on this fight is the under 2.5. I'm not betting the money line because I don't trust Ryan Spann. And Bogdan Guskov, he's not proven yet. But this is a huge, huge step up in competition for Bogdan Guskov. I'm not going to lie about that. And that's my reason for picking Ryan Spann, because Ryan Spann has definitely fought this tougher competition. He's got the more UFC experience, and he's more proven. So that's my pick. Ryan Spann by knockout. Who you got, bro?
Yeah, man. So if Ryan Spann plays around on the feet too long, man, he's gonna get knocked out. So this guy Guskov, man, he's no joke, man. You play around with him, man. This dude Guskov would knock out 95% of the people on the planet. That's just real life. This dude's serious. It's a freaking nature. He's fast. He's springy. Man, the way he knocked Zach Powder up, man, that was crazy. I had that big, man. I went heavy. That was a max bet for me. I was yelling. I was watching the fights by myself. My brother was like, "What's going on, bro? Just cash me a ticket." I was like, "Ah!" I was, them be the best, bro. But man, I like this guy Guskov. But like you just said, though, man, this is a big step up in competition. And when he had a big step up in competition, that loss he has over there, that was against No Time Volkan Oezdemir. And man, like you said, he had no time, man. Oezdemir went in there and he made him look like he didn't deserve to be in there. I'm going Ryan Spann by submission, but you best believe I will have a Bogdan Guskov ticket knockout 1 and 2 because I know that he's more than capable, and this game is all about knowing fighters' path to victory. So I know Bogdan's path to victory, and I know Ryan Spann's path to victory. He better not wrestle with that. He better not stand on the feet too long with this guy. But we're gonna go to the next one. And we got the main event of the evening. You know, you would think this would probably be the co-main, but it's all good. We here. You got Mateusz Nicolau versus Alex Perez in the flyweight division. So we got Mateusz Nicolau coming in, 31 years old, 32 for Alex Perez. Both 5'6", and you got a 1-inch reach advantage for Mateusz Nicolau. So you know, if we're gonna look at the odds, you got Nicolau minus 186, Perez plus 144. Perez 1 and 3 is a dog. Mateusz Nicolau, he's 4 and 1 as a favorite. I think in this fight, man, it's gonna come down to who wants it more, man. To be honest with you, I think it's truly gonna come down to who has the more grit and dog. And I feel like in that last fight, Perez, man, he exposed Mikhaev in that last one, man. Mikhaev is exposed. That's the reason why Ursad got the title shot and not Mikhaev, because if Mikhaev would have finished this, man, it'd be Mikhaev versus Pantoja in Brazil. And you know I'm right, CJ. So I feel like Alex Perez, he's not done. People are gonna look at that 3-fight losing streak and they're gonna be like, oh man, he's done. But you know, to be honest with you, look at who he's fought. He fought Davidson Figueiredo, the guy who's who's having a resurgence in the bantamweight division. Pantoja, he's the champ right now. And honestly, Mikhaev, you know, to be honest with you, Perez came in short notice and he still looked good. And almost, in my mind, he looked pretty damn good. Long story short, I am going Alex Perez, man. I think that this fight is going to come down to who has more dog. And you know, Alex Perez is trained for a 5-round fight. I know he got put out early versus Davidson Figueiredo in that 5-round fight, but at least he's trained for him. Nicolau, man, this dude's still green to me. Man, I don't know, bro. I got the dog. 4 straight dogs. Who you got, bro?
I'm going Mateusz Nicolau in this fight. I can't bet someone that's lost 3 fights in a row, 3-fight losing streak, about to be 4-fight losing streak. Mateusz Nicolau is pretty underrated in the UFC, in my opinion. I mean, he's in the top 10, so he's in the top 10 for a reason. The flyweight division ain't no joke, bro. There's some killers in that division. He's a minus 175 favorite. I think that's a little too wide. I think he should be like a minus 140 compared to minus 175. But there's a lot of Brazilians on this card, and there's a reason for that. They're trying to build them up, and they're trying to show them off and go on to the next step in their careers. And I think that's the case for Mateusz Nicolau. Plus, Alex Perez coming up on short notice. That's a little scary, bro. Give me Mateusz Nicolau to win by submission or decision. This is a 5-round fight. Both guys got good cardio, so I can see this going to a decision. Mateusz Nicolau to win. That's my pick. And that was the breakdown, folks, for UFC Fight Night Vegas. Nicolau versus Perez going down next Saturday on April 27th at 4 p.m. Early card. I love it. I don't have to stay up late. And that was it, man. Any last words?
No, bro. I appreciate anybody who's still here. Yeah, man. Hey, Haney finally got his ass beat. I cashed a nice little ticket on Garcia. Got him at plus 800. I'm a savage. Sports Fanatic gives, man. Every sport, y'all. That's pretty much it for me.
And make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to share us. Make sure to check out my dude, my co-host, Sports Fanatic Gibbs. He has his own channel, so make sure to check him out. Thank you so much for all the support. Make sure to keep tuning in. We're back next week for the next card. I believe is the UFC 301, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yep. So UFC 301, we'll be back for that. We're going to break down that card for you. We're going to try to get you another 10 wins for this card and for next week. Join us for the smoke sesh. We're out here, folks. Take it easy.